Hi, I'm Vinod. So today we are going to talk about the application security, and I'm going to tell about a news and data breach that had happened, and then we will talk about like what could be done to avoid such breach in future. So that's how it's going to be. So the information that we are going to discuss here, it's about the personal information that got breached from the bouncing horse, the automobile giant Ferrari. Yes, you got it right. The Ferrari had a data breach by a group of people, attackers, and this happened somewhere last year, in the month of November. However, the Ferrari team did deny at that particular point of a time, and did recently, in the month of March, accepted yes that their systems were breached, but they're not ready to pay the ransomware. And usually the ransomware, the attack, how does it happens is the attacker encrypts the system and demands for some money in terms of say bitcoins, and once paid then they release the keys through which you can actually decrypt your system back. But here what they hold is the information, and there is nowhere that they have encrypted any kind of a system through which the Ferrari team cannot access it. So all that they have is just a PA information. So as per the policies, they said like they are not going to entertain any such kind of illegal transactions. So the Ferrari team completely denied that they are not going to pay it. And coming to the point, so this is the point for the developers and the security testers. So what could have been done? And when look upon for the reason and the vulnerability which led to this kind of an attack, it is not the SQL injection that you are thinking about. It is not the cross-site scripting that you are thinking that the deadliest kind of vulnerability. It is the excessive data information disclosure. Excessive information disclosure. Yes. So this information disclosure is often taken for granted. It's because we need to have an additional kind of layered check there, like what is the amount of information that should be rendered to the end user, what is actually required for the end user, and it's not like what is getting in what are other information getting rendered to the user. So we need to have that clear understanding between these two, and we should always allow the minimum required information and agreed information to the end user. And also we should have a proper checklist around it, like what are the other information, like say excessive data information for that matter. So is it going to be generic, or is going to be so specific that it is going to release out all other information, internal information about my backend systems? So we need to have check around it. And also we should not also forget about the schemas. We should define the schemas properly around these areas that we discussed now, which will leave the attacker to keep guessing about what are the other things. Otherwise what happens is, through this kind of information, he could easily create an attack plan to reach out for either the first or the second order of attacks. So these are the areas, and predominantly we need to have this kind of an filtering, these filters, right? And this is the funny part. What happens is, there will be a list of checklists that where the security consultant says like, okay, you should have all these things, and the development team will say, yeah, we have done all these things. The kind of a check that you're saying, yes, we have done it. And the question arises is, where is it happening? Is it happening in your server side, or it's happening in your client side? And if you're doing it in a client side, it's better it's not implemented, because it is as good as you're saying like, I have implemented a security, and it's up to the power or the ability of the attacker to break it, because now all the computation that's happening is in its browser. So why would one leave and to the imagination of the developer, imagination of the attacker, sorry. So all this kind of infiltration should happen in your backend system on the server side. So just ensure like these are a few checks that could actually put a good quality check for to create a good or great attack plan. So let's challenge these attackers by having all these kind of defenses around, and wish to create a safe applications going forward. All right, so for further such contents, please follow Modern Sage channel, and hope we bring more such contents in future. Take care. Bye bye.